G'day folks, it's just another example of bartering. Bartering can cover many topics and items and that sort of thing. But yesterday I think it was, some homesteading friends from down the mountain wanted to come up and collect some green grass for livestock that they need. So they're off grid and pretty much self-sufficient, but the problem was they're getting low on grass down there, and other homesteaders down there had a light ground frost about a week or so ago, somewhere thereabouts anyway. So anyway, I got a call and I asked if they come up and get some grass. I've got plenty of green grass here at the moment. We haven't had a frost up here. But once we get the heavy frost, which I think we'll get this winter, all this will die off. So anyway, a lot of long green grass in our pumpkin patch. Oh, just over there. We'd harvested quite a few pumpkins off. We didn't realise how many more were in there until we started cutting the grass away for these people. We found a heap more. These are the butternut pumpkins. Good, nice pumpkin, nice sweet pumpkin. Shelf life on some varieties of pumpkins, you can, if you store them under the right conditions, you can, keep them for months, and other varieties don't keep so well. Butternut pumpkins don't tend to keep as long as other varieties. But as far as the barter topic goes, well, the same people that would been trying to grow their own pumpkins down there had some success, and it's just the way the roll of the dice goes. Weather conditions and that sort of thing, seasonal conditions, and this season they had a lot of trouble storing the pumpkins. They were growing different types, and they just didn't store well for some reason compared to other years. So while they're up here, I said, well, we found these pumpkins, and I said, well, take a few home with you, harvest the seeds out of them, and of course you can eat them if you want to. People are more interested in the seeds, so that was a bit of a barter situation. They gave me a few other things which I'll cover shortly. But yeah, and they're very grateful. It's a barter situation where you work together, and it helps out. With the pumpkins, yes, the seeds you can certainly harvest for planting next season. The seeds too are also very nutritious. You can eat the seed themselves, either raw. It's a bit hard on the teeth with the husk of the seed out of a pumpkin, or you can husk them and make pepitas out of them. They're very nutritious actually. When I was a kid, back home we used to grow our own stuff, pumpkins and things like that. And I used to get the small ones and just thinly slice it like a thin slice of cheese, I guess. You can actually eat the pumpkin raw if you want to. And some varieties are quite sweet. But that's another example of a barter situation, and I'll go back and show what we exchanged. And back in a minute. These are some of the pumpkin seeds we harvested off from our own pumpkins. Still drying out. They need to be sorted through. Some of them aren't very good, and there's some more there. So my wife's looking after that side of things. We've had good success with pumpkins this season. Actually, my wife just collected a handful of seeds off a pumpkin she bought from the supermarket and threw them in the ground out there, and see what had happened. We didn't know if they were hybrid or that sort of thing where seeds had patents on them or they'd done something to it or something like that, but you can't grow them. But anyway, just threw them in the ground. We had some old mushroom compost out there, and she threw them in the ground, and up they came, and they just went absolutely berserk. I do know of other homesteaders that have had difficulties with growing pumpkins this season, but for us it's been a very good crop. Part of the barter was that this is a Choko, and it's a vegetable. Peel it, skin on it, peel it, and it's a type of vegetable that doesn't have much flavour on its own. In fact, if they get much bigger, they have a very woody texture to it. But if you use it in cooking recipes, it tends to take on the flavour of the rest of the recipe. It has the texture of probably a pear, certainly not the flavour of a pear, but something like a pear anyway. But yeah, we've grown these here before, and haven't had a lot of success in recent years. Used to plant them along the front fence because they're a climber, grow on a vine. But the local authorities come along from time to time, usually about the time I plant these, and they poison noxious weeds and stuff on the footpaths and that sort of thing beside the road, the track out the front of our place. So consequently it kills these too. These ones, when you plant them, you can see the little shoot coming out the top there. They also sprout a root out of the core of the vegetable. So when you plant them in the ground, you plant them down like that, so that end down in the dirt. So I'm hoping to get these in the ground very soon, and hopefully we won't get a frost, but we'll see how we go. This one's starting to shoot, so hasn't spread any roots yet, but we'll get him in the ground. And this one, this is what I've been chasing. This is what they call a vine potato. It's a potato that grows on a vine, and we were growing these here, but back in 2010 we had a very, very wet, rather mild winter, and it killed the actual tube or bulb that was in the ground. You plant these in the ground and they sprout in the spring and grow during the summer months, and they're actually a climber. Prolific growth on them once they get going. And the ones I originally had here would grow 2 or 3 inches a day. They do need a lot of water. We were putting grey water on it on the ones we had during the drought, and yeah, we had a very good crop off them. Some areas, some countries, they're regarded as noxious plants because it's gone feral in the bush. But I have eaten these. A friend gave me one many years ago. That was our original crop before it died in 2010. And you can see that the skin on it is rather thick. It's thicker than a normal potato, and when you cook them and open them up, the inside of it is a rather dark colour, probably close to a dark grey or even a slight purplish tinge to it, but it has the texture of a sweet potato. The advantage of this is that if you've got very poor soil conditions for growing conventional potatoes or sweet potatoes, this is another option. And as I said, we did have a crop here and it was doing very well before adverse weather conditions killed it off. These have been a bit hard to come by. I've been hunting around for a while, so that was part of the barter with our homesteading friends down the mountain. They've actually managed to find some somewhere, and we're growing them in the greenhouse. So in the winter months, yep, all the top foliage and everything dies off. It's deciduous, but when spring comes along, right soil temperatures and that sort of thing, they just absolutely go ballistic, and they do crop very heavy. Alrighty, that's another topic on bartering. We swap seeds and plants that may have not done so well in other areas and have done in other areas, and we just swap and barter and that sort of thing. Helps everybody out, exchange a bit of knowledge about growing conditions and that sort of thing. Alrighty, see you later folks.